Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When I have to do meditation, this thought comes instantaneously. Somebody is born. And that body will like to do something. So, meditation is not doing anything but undoing whatever we have been doing. So, what are the steps that one has to go through? The first step we told, freedom from body identification. And the second step is dissolving the notion that there is one body per body. There is one soul per body. This notion has to be dissolved. And this will be possible only if we first of all accept that we are someone other than the body. When this has happened, for example, then the second step will come. The step will not be having any issue about our relations and about our possessions and about this world. There will be no issue. Then such a person will be focusing his attention on working on the mind. So we start working on the mind. So, who is working on the mind? The mind is working on the mind. It is something like the eyes are seeing themselves. Because seeing happens only by the eyes. Similarly, all the things are done only by the mind. So, let us start working on the mind. And in that process, what happens? The mind disappears. But we continue to exist, but no more as a mind, but that which was expressing as a mind. Meaning, when we switch off the light goes off, but the electricity remains. And in that, the individuality is dissolved. So we start working on the mind. So the real meditation is the second step. We start working on the mind. But it should be not a mechanical one. It should be with these two techniques. First technique is give the mind an object called as absence. Like yesterday we told you, world is only two principles, time, name and form, nama rupa. Be very attentive. Nama, the sound, rupa, the form, both are supported by the space. Technically, it is called as Akasha. This word Akasha is formed from the root called as Kash, meaning the light. So, when we add A before the Kash, it becomes space, emptiness. When we add pra before the kash, it becomes prakash, the light. So, the space itself is expressing as form and light or the knowledge. The same space. Upanishad says, Tasmat Atmanaha Akasha Sambhutaha. From that absolute reality, the space is manifested. And the space is supporting both the sounds and the forms. And this is how the world begins, from the sound and the form. So, if we can get rid of the sounds and the forms, the world will disappear. But we continue to be. And it is for this purpose, when we are working on the mind, we make absence of the sounds and absence of the forms as the object for the mind to contemplate upon, to focus upon. And this is how the mind will dissolve. When the mind dissolves, only the absolute consciousness remains. There is no place for the soul. Soul has no existence at all. It is just an appearance. So this notion that I am a soul, we will just dissolve it and come to realize that there is one reality expressing through all the things and beings. The soul principle is only in between stage for explanation. See? Therefore, when we are sitting, without much preparation, straight away make silence or absence of the sound as an object of experience. When we will be working on this, we may not hear the sounds, but then the mind starts talking. And the talking is also the sounds. Therefore, these two things together. Listen to the silence and do not talk to yourself. silence being only one, unlike the sounds which are many, the mind which is listening to silence stops movement. Mind without movement is consciousness. But then the talking to oneself is another way the mind becomes active. And when we talk to ourselves, there is somebody born. Therefore, to get rid of this somebody and stop the movement of the mind, we take the second precaution. Not to talk to oneself. Now we have attacked the mind from two approaches. Listening to silence, therefore no movement. Not talking to oneself, therefore no movement. Because of this, the mind gives away the hold on the body. And the mind is released and merges with the total formless, conscious existence. So, our present position is like the gross space. Therefore, the concept that I am inside the body and the world is outside the body becomes null and void. Now our experience is like the total gross space. No tension, no pressure, no movement, no change. So the sounds are heard, but they are of no consequences to us. From here, we take the next step of mind space. Contents of the mind space are thoughts, but none of the thoughts as any impact on the mind space, including the I thought